Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm excited to be here, and I'd like to begin with this idea of being able to embrace whatever happens, saying yes to it, and at the same time generating the hope. And I'd like to talk about this idea of sobriety, or me being in a place where I'm not dependent on stimuli like drugs or alcohol. So I'm celebrating 38 years of sobriety. How did I do that, and what was this about? And I will say it's just one day at a time, being in a moment, one moment at a time. But I begin each morning with being with myself. I know previously I talked about the importance of being with ourselves, having that sacred space, having that quiet time. And so for me, that's a time for prayer and meditation. And when I pray, I'm not necessarily praying for things. I'm asking for the power to carry out what I know needs to be done. I'm asking to be guided. I'm asking for this idea of thy will be done, or alignment with how things work, alignment with love, compassion, understanding. And so praying and meditating and getting into that connection with that power source within. And so this connecting inside, connecting with this power within, and it's predicated on my understanding of creating a concept of a higher power, or concept of what that node is that I connect into the power source, like the socket in the wall. How do I plug into the power source? And so I know I have this Buddha nature, Christ consciousness, divine spark, the masterpiece. And I like to talk about this idea of when Michelangelo was being asked, how did he create these masterpieces out of blocks of marble? And he said, all I do is chip away to get to the masterpiece that's already there. And so to me, I'm connecting with the masterpiece that's already there, whether we call it Christ consciousness or Buddha nature. But there's a power within us that we can connect to, and only I can connect to it in my own way. Each person has to figure that out. But connecting to that power source through prayer and meditation and service, and as well just dealing in that presence, like meditating on love or compassion, or this idea of just for today, or just for this moment. And there's been many times in these 38 years where it was devastating in terms of what I was dealing with, the difficulty, and how I got through it was one breath at a time, just being in the moment, and just for today, just for 24 hours, I could do anything if I can just focus moment to moment. And that's how I got to where it's 38 years of sobriety, and just understanding that I know I've worked with a lot of championship teams, and there's reference to the triple post or the triangle offense. My triangle offense is this idea of recovery, unity, community, and service. And so that's my triple post offense. That's my offense. That's what I'm focused on. A lot of times I have to forget myself to find myself, and how do I do that? By helping others, by serving, by understanding that this process has given me the opportunity to give away what I have so that I can keep it. And that if I want to learn something, just like being able to be with myself, be intimate with myself, connect with myself, I do that by teaching it. So to learn by teaching. So this idea of 38 years of sobriety, it's only a day at a time. How I got there was this process that was really slow but smooth, and smooth is fast. So I don't know what happened to the 38 years. I just know that I continue to do what's been working for me. I'm a learner. I'm in the growth mindset. I'm seeking to understand everything that comes to me in terms of difficulties, challenges. My job is to learn the lesson and to learn from it and to teach that and to share that with others. And so 38 years, I feel like I'm just beginning, and a day at a time. Who knows how many more years are ahead, but I do know this, the best days are ahead of me, and I'm living into a future that I feel energetically enthusiastic about.